Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're doing a hangout. Now I haven't bought many figures of late. These are figures that I'm going to be showcasing off here, are figures that I've kind of purchased over probably a few good months, second hand, ones that have been bought for me as well. We've got Marvel Legends, we've got Power Rangers, and we've got Black Series as well, and I think I've got a custom as well. Some have been bought on Facebook and some have been bought just in the sales as well, but yeah, so stay tuned and let's crack on. So first up we actually got Marvel Legends Vulture. Now I picked this guy up on Facebook, I think for about £20, which is a reasonable price for this guy. It's a little bit harder to get. If you wait around, you might get it for about 15, or it could be up to about £30. So I got right in the middle there. It's a really good figure, really nice articulation. It's got really like the articulation that all Marvel Legends have, butterflies, rotations, and double elbow joints and stuff. He's got pins and stuff as well. And I do feel like if Marvel Legends re-release this figure for the sort of the retro line, I don't think it will be a new mold at all. I think it will be exactly the same, and the face sculpt on this guy is really good. It still holds up to this day, even though this figure is a few years old. I think it's a great figure, and I kind of got this one here because I just wanted to finish off those villains there. I think I still need Craven really from the new wave to really get into finish off the main kind of Spider-Man villains for like the sinister sticks and stuff like that. And he comes with an alternative head as well, and he came with that as well. So yeah, really good kind of little bit of detail on there. You got the wings, same as the Falcon as well. They kind of pop out quite easily. He's on the pizza Spider-Man body, yeah, lo and behold, he's a really good figure, and now I can add him to the shelf as well. Next up is one for the G.I. Joes, and this time we've got Zartan. I actually picked this one up for £15 off a Facebook website. Really good figure, really nice looking. There's quite a few different versions of Zartan out there now. There was one with all silver. There's a new retro one which is kind of like got like a purple-esque kind of sort of front on there, but this one is like the traditional kind of classified one that you can pick up. But it's a really good figure. We've got the hood that is actually removable as well, and it fits on just like a glove. It kind of like collapses around his head. It's really cool. You also got this sort of like sash which is also removable as well. He's got a backpack, he's got a pistol that sort of attaches to the back there as well, and he's got a knife in the sheath at the back here. And the other accessory that he comes with is his lovely face mask, and if you ever remember from the original, it holds it in the backpack as well, so you can pull that out, take his backpack off as well at the same time, and then with the face mask you can just pop it on the front, pop on the actual bit on there, and then we've got him in one of his disguises. Pretty cool. Obviously he's just got no pupils on there, so I think it's probably easy detective. But yeah, it's a really nice figure. Got great details in there on the armor. Got this sort of like, well, I'll say a monkey's kind of hand on there. Got like a snake head here on the side. You got his knife sheath as well down on there, and the rest of the figure as well. So yeah, really cool. I'm not too sure if this one changes colour, or there was a special edition one out there that changes colour where you can put them in the freezer. I haven't really gone off and done that, but I'm just wanting to put this one on the shelf really. I don't know why they always put the features of where you have to put things in freezers. By the time you get out of it, it's already losing its touch. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm quite happy to have this lovely Zartan on there, and a little bit of a quick little face of his or close up of his face on there. So yeah, looking really cool, and definitely a classic G.I. Joe or Cobra to add. So next up here we have vintage Vision as well. This is actually purchased for me from Darth Moore. You might see him in the comments section down below. He actually come over to my place earlier this year as well, and we hung out and went up in London and stuff as well. So yeah, really good friendship there, and this was in the sale, and as he was purchasing a few items, he bought this one for me. And yeah, it's a really fantastic figure, to be honest. I always wanted to get Vision on the shelf. I kind of waited out for a traditional Vision, but where sort of Vision has turned white in the MCU, I don't really too mind this one here. Really good sort of sculpt on there, really kind of ghost-like on the Vision there. Typical kind of Marvel Legends as well. No butterfly joints there, unfortunately, in the arms, but everything else has got the rotation, double elbow joints and stuff all the way down. And he's literally just a white naked guy, to be honest with you, apart from this little detail here that we have on the side, and then we've got like this little gem here in his head. On the back, it's just got a simple cape that kind of flows down. It kind of gives me the reminiscence a bit like Gord, the God Butcher, in a way, but it is removable, just held in together with the little kind of sort of stud there on the back. And he comes with 2 alternative hands as well. If he's going to stand up, yeah, and 2 punching hands as well. It's just if you want him to get into some sort of fisticuffs with some others. If not, he's got the sort of open, the sort of palm gestured hands. But all in all, yeah, a really cool figure. And now you can go hang out with Wanda. So moving over to Black Series now, this one is Little Rio. He was about £7 in the sale. There's one that I've always kind of wanted to put in the basket, but I never did, and he's always been in the sale. But Darth Maul actually went out and he actually purchased this for me, so thank you again, Philip, for this one here. And it's a really fantastic figure. I do feel that, in my humble opinion, as I've been collecting Black Series for quite a while, I feel like the solo range of figures were a really nice looking set of figures. Face sculpt, okay, the articulation wasn't all there, but it was still an improvement of what we've had before. And also the details on the figures look fantastic, and this guy has definitely got it still as well. My favourite figure from that wave was Val, and I still feel like she holds up really in the detail sense. I don't think any other new figures that have come out really knock that out of the park, to be honest. Val looks brilliant, even the solo looks brilliant, which Callum, we've discussed this on the live before now, that, you know, I feel like that wave was the sort of the transition of Black Series. I'm kind of rambling on here, but you can comment down below how you feel, what your favourite wave was. But it was kind of like the sculpts were quite unique at that point. Everything, we had the face sculpt, we had everything that these figures needed. But since after that, it's just been a lot of reuse, not a lot of accessories, not a lot of weathering and stuff on the actual figure, and, you know, like there's different details on the figure that are not painted, and these seem to have it all, in my humble opinion. Anyway, so let's get on with Rio here. He's a really nice looking figure. He's got an Imperial blaster in this hand. He has this other little blaster here on this side, and he also has removable goggles which you can move up on his head, so you can actually have his little eyes on show, or you can pull him right down and have them over his eyes if you want to. This gun comes off, and we actually got a holster on the side here. You just have to tuck it under and then pop it in like so. But yeah, this guy's got articulation everywhere. He's got this head movement around as well. He's got every arm is full rotation. You can spin them all around. They also got a single elbow joint as well, which is all about, they all do about 90 if you want to do that, and you've got rotation at the wrist, and they also got hinges as well. So all the arms have that articulation there. He's got waist swivel, he's got a bit of crunch, and he can come back as well. And then he's also got a lower sort of like waist movement as well above that. And then he's got legs come out this way, forward, back. He's even got no, it's rotation at the knee, not the upper thigh, on a single knee joint that comes up to more than 90. And then we've got this extra kind of rotation around at the foot, and then he's got the kind of pivot as well, and the rocker on the side as well. So yeah, again, really good articulation all the way down. They didn't have to necessarily do this. They have skipped out on Jawas and all that before now, and yeah, just a really good looking figure all around. It got all those sort of details there, the harness as well, even got all the sort of weathering as well on the belt there, looking pretty cool. And then coming down to his space suit as well, with all the little silvers and blues, all these little extra rings around on the top here, and the blacks. Really good looking figure, really nice. And if you haven't got him in your collection, and you don't mind the Solo movie, then I highly recommend him. He's a cool little alien dude, and even the face sculpt on there as well is really nice. And yeah, for about £7 out there, highly recommend. Back over to G.I. Joe now. I picked up Roadblock on Facebook from the same seller that I bought Zartan from, and this guy was £10. Can you believe it? Absolute bargain, and still I highly recommend joining those Facebook groups out there. If you're looking for a bargain, just be a little bit patient and they soon will come around. So £10 for a Roadblock figure. This guy normally retails about £25 up to about 40, and this is the Roadblock I wanted. There's about 3 or 4 out there. But this is more the traditional type on this one, and looks really cool. So it comes with quite a few accessories. You've got this massive rotational cannon that rotates around as well. You can see it holds it in double hands here, looking pretty cool, and around on there. And you can see that he still stands with it as well, because he is a solid figure. We can actually take this out of his hands. We'll pop this out just like so, and he comes with a side arm as well on this side, which is in his nice little holster. So we can just pull that out. It's done in a sort of like a nice gun green there, a bit of a desert eagle, to be honest with you. So might even paint that up into a nice big silver. So you might see Roadblock come again. We might even do some little updates on there. And it also comes with his little helmet at the top here. Really fits on quite nicely as well. So good face sculpt. That clicks on, and looking very traditional on there, but let's just take that off for now, and then we can look through the actual figure itself. Good face sculpt, all the details there on his harness and stuff. Nice and tall, nice and big as well. Really good looking guy, all the way down on here now. So yeah, really great that I've got Roadblock. Really sort of like one of the original kind of G.I. Joes for me, and yeah, glad to put this one on the shelf as well with the rest. So I guess next up is another little figure from Marvel Legends, and I picked this one up to do a little custom. I kind of got a little bit confused, to be honest. I always wanted a Bucky on the shelf, and in the MCU they call him White Wolf. So I thought, well, I'll get the I think it's a Hatu Ziraz or something like that, whatever the main figure for this one was called. But yeah, so I thought I'd get it, modify it to make it the White Wolf. But then I actually learned in the comics Bucky was never the White Wolf. That's where I should always do my research first. But although I have given this guy a little bit of a makeover, as you can see. Before we get into that, we go through his little accessories that this guy come with. Quite a few cool accessories, to be honest. We've got like a open palmed hand here, we've got a punching hand, also got another sort of trigger finger here on this one as well, and it actually comes with a little pistol. It's very similar to Zartan's pistol actually, but yeah, just a nice little cool gun there. And it actually comes with this huge ginormous sort of like shotgun as well, which is pretty cool, especially for Marvel Legends. They don't really come with many guns like this at all. And this one has a trigger finger, and then we've got like a clawing hand as well. So normally this guy is generally all white, apart from these little silver parts on here and down on his legs. But I've gone off and actually just added these sort of black markings around, down on this belt part, down on these bits around on the back as well. And yeah, just painted all these parts up, just purely because I wanted the Bucky, and as I said, it wasn't him. But anyway, this guy is pretty cool, exactly the same as the Marvel Legends sort of Black Panther, although this one doesn't have the butterfly joints, which is really odd. I would have thought they'd put it all on the same body. However, this one has only got static arms and rotation, and all the rest is pretty much exactly the same. So this buck at the top is slightly different to that sort of like new Black Panther he got, which is slightly annoying, although he's still looking pretty cool here. Really nice looking guy, but we can still add him onto the shelf nonetheless, rather than just being a normal sort of army builder guy. We've got a guy that's a little bit more prominent on the shelf of a main superhero, not a villain. Right, so I guess let's get on. Next up we have Rita and Zed as well, again purchased by Darth Moore Phillip, and yeah, a really fantastic group on here. I think this is from Toy Dip. I think it was about £25 on there, which is an absolute steal for these figures. Normally you'll allow about 40 or upwards for these guys, and especially two sort of like lightning collections as well, or two figures in a pack is really, really nice. So first of all, they come with a bunch of accessories. They got this kind of little tiny sphere thing. I'm not too sure what this is. I do like my Power Rangers, but I never followed it religiously, unfortunately. These two actually got married though, so that's why we've got a nice bouquet of flowers here, which is you can use for any type of figure, to be honest, on there. Got a little bit of kryptonite, I guess, from some sort of episode that they used, and obviously where these two hitched it up, we've actually got a nice little wedding cake here with a little mini Rita and Zed on the top there. A bit of a kind of basic kind of looking wedding cake here, but probably a little look right once it's been painted up a little bit. And also got a lighting effect kind of part here. I think this is more for Rita. I think there was another one, but I just don't know what I've done with it. I've put it away somewhere. I think it was like a blue lightning charge, but we've got that one that can actually go around on her sort of staff. And then they come with like extra hands as well. So Rita's got this open palmed sort of gesturing hand with all her rings on it, and also she's got a punching hand as well to give those people a little bit of a douche in the head. And then we also got some extra hands here for Zed, punching hand, and even one that can sort of hold his sort of staff, but it's a little bit harder to get in with this one. And then they both come with their own staff as well. So looking at Zed here, is kind of Zed staff. It's not too bad. It does look a little bit cheap plastic. I kind of wish it was a little bit more firmer and a little bit more chrome, but yeah, it's cool nonetheless. But looking at the actual figure itself, really good articulation, a little bit hindered by these little tubes on here. I'm kind of wondering how long these will survive for, but the details of him look great. I'm kind of wondering whether I want to sort of like give him a bit of a black wash and then really sort of give it a bit of that chrome pen on the actual face there. I think it'll make it look really good. But yeah, the details around on there, got his little brain on the top there, come around the back as well. All these little extra tubes and stuff, so it does kind of hinder his arms a little bit if you're really moving around, but the main parts that it does really hinder is on the legs, especially if you want to turn this one down. This is already pulling on here, so just be really careful. These do pop out if you so wish, so it's not going to be too strain on it, but I can imagine these snapping very soon. Articulation wise, really good. Butterfly joints, rotation, got double elbow joints as well, rotation up this bit, got the rock and the pivot. So all in all, really good all around on this one. A really good looking figure. And next up is Rita as well, and she looks great. Really fantastic details there on the face. She doesn't come with an alternative face there, however she's always got that kind of downturned sort of like face, but just look at all those details they've added in there, even all this intricate painting around at the top here, and the head is all like full rotational and movement as well, so really good. She's got a staff as well, only a little bit of detail at the top here, the rest is in black. I think there is more details that need adding onto this staff, but however it does look really cool. So just taking that out, we can actually look over this figure a little bit more, and you can see those extra little details around the furry collar, around on her hair at the top there as well. And then we got this extra kind of parts here for her sort of like Madonna stage, I guess. And then we got these extra little kind of jewelry sets around here, which are supposed to be like the end of her dress. This isn't attached, this is all sort of like an extra piece here on the top, so it's like this armor part around. And that is actually you'd be able to take that off, but you got to take the head off and stuff, and you've got this bit down here. But underneath the actual body is a really cool, pretty much identical to any kind of type of Power Ranger there. We've got the ab crunch there, we've got rotation around just below the breastplate there, we've got rotation at the upper leg, double knee joints, got boot swivel as well down here, and then we've got the rocker and pivot, and even the arms as well, got butterfly joints and stuff in there. So underneath it, yeah, it's just like a black Power Ranger. But yeah, really cool that she comes with all that kind of attention as well, and she isn't just a standard cone shape. So yeah, a really good looking two set here. So we finally made it to the end. Thank you for joining me on this one. If you have got this far, let me know by giving this video a like. And yeah, here's to many more. I've got a few more reviews coming down the line. I've got a few more customs, and I've also got some more bootleg figures on the way of Kicks and Chatterbox as well. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to comment, you can subscribe, you can ding the bell, follow me on Instagram, and also for 99p or 99 cents from wherever you are from in the world, you can support the channel. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!